Hey, you know what? There's one thing that TNA did way better than AEW, and maybe AEW is not the new TNA, because clickbait time. Tony Khan hates women, all of them, every single one.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
But he tolerates and will pay the ones with big butts.
That is true. He does. He does.
Do you
love
remember
big
when
butts.
there was like that era of AEW Dark and it was just the most caked up fat ass women of all time? Every week, it's just no names with huge asses.
And not only that, but also, did you
That's where we
notice
found Sky Blue.
the cameramen did not give a fuck?
Nope.
Go back and watch some of that. It's like, whoa. It's like, whoa. If you were a teenage boy
Tony Khan was
watching Dark,
back there loving it.
Yeah. But yeah, TNA at least built the women's division. And it made sense. Now people are like, oh, I love Timeless Tony Storm. Do you? If they were doing that in WWE, you wouldn't. And then they're like, it's a great story. It's not a story. It's a gimmick. There's no story.
Here's the counter to
oh,
that.
is the girl going to take over and then she has to fight the girl? It's not a story. It's a shit. I mean, I guess it's a story.
I shouldn't have to like one woman's gimmick to like a division.
Yeah.
Your division should not be that small. And it isn't. It's just on TV it is.
Do you think, like, because Jade Berg broke his heart so much, he's like, fuck, I don't care, dude. Do whatever you want.
No, because he hasn't cared for the longest time.
I think he put a lot of effort. I think, I don't know if it's him personally. Maybe we're picking on Tony. I feel like AEW put a lot of effort in protecting Jade.
They did. But I think that was just because Jade was just... It was a lazy, easy way to keep doing one of the women's titles. If you look at it really from that angle, it was a set thing for him to do every week for one of the titles for women. Jade goes out and squashes somebody. Done. Don't have to write that division ever again. That belt ever again. And then with the other belt, what did he do? Really think about who got the lion's share of time in the women's division.
In the beginning, it was Pittsburgh Pete. Fuck, what's her name? I thought Pittsburgh Pete was a hilarious name. Yeah, Britt Baker. Pittsburgh Pete over there.
The beginning. Britt Baker for years was the dominant.
And now she's barely on television.
Time taker.
Is she injured?
I don't know. I don't think so.
She might just be taking time off with her husband.
I think part of it though is, let's be honest, he was courting Adam Cole.
You think so? You think he's that sleazy?
Yes. I think he was courting Adam Cole and was booking Britt Baker well because that was a direct way to have Adam Cole highly favorable to his company.
That would be shitty if he was that sleazy.
To me, it seems like it.
I mean, she was pretty
Baker,
over in Pittsburgh.
Dropped off a lot more after a little bit.
Whatever happened to her assistants? Remember she had assistants? Did we get WCW'd here? Did she ever fight her assistants? I don't remember.
Lackey?
I don't know. She was like a dentist.
I don't remember.
There
were injuries kept fucking up her stuff.
Yeah. Well, Rio is back. Controversial, but she's back, and
yeah, Rio's great.
Oh, but Timeless Tony Storm. It has the title, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Dude, that's how much the gimmick is taking over.
Hart have one.
I had to fucking stop and think who was the champ.
I think.
Yeah.
Which, like, you're telling stuff with Julia Hart, but my point is this.
All right, go
Your
ahead.
women's division, if he actually wanted it to matter, he could make it matter. And he doesn't. It's been so many years, and we, for so long, have been like, oh, he'll turn it around. He's not. He's had access to some of the best women in the world. And I know I saw recently, I think it was, what's her name? She's actually a good wrestler. Half face painted like a skull.
Thunder Rosa. Fuck. Yeah.
Thunder Rosa. I think it was her that had said that she wished that AEW could get more veteran women in the back, like Mickie James and stuff, helping them. But here's the thing. You had veteran women. Serena Deeb. You had Serena Deeb backstage. And I think there were other ones. You have fucking Emi Sakura. You have access to Emi Sakura and Serena
She
Deeb.
has a title match at 0-500.
Tell me you don't have access to veterans for women's division. You do. Tony Khan doesn't care about the women's division. If he wanted to, he could make it better. If he honestly give him 20% of your TV time each week, and you will see an improvement. But he doesn't care. He does not care.
If you get Emmy to train the women, and you also get a Mickey James or a Gail Kim or a Molly Holly, someone that's respectable in ring and out, I think you just have them take over the division. Because here's the thing, like if I were him, you don't want the men and women to be the same, and you don't want the women to be forgotten about. So what you do is you hire, someone to be in charge of that division. And then that's it. You just go off on your own path and you make sure it's not the same storylines. You don't want the female version of MJF being your champ. So make sure it's a little bit different and then go from there.
But you have to give him time. That's the end of the day. He has to give them time that he seems unwilling to give them.
Well, and at time, he does give them time. Not enough, but he does give them time, but it's not good time. Because if you ain't Britt Baker, you ain't Timeless Tony Storm, you ain't some bullshit fucking gimmick, you ain't getting on fucking television.
No. I mean, go back to the Owen Hart Classic women's matches. How, if I recall right, they were giving them like fucking 8 minutes for some of the great women that they had. They were giving them like 8 minutes.
I mean, if the women are
the longest
that's
match in the women's match I can remember was 12 minutes. I think was the longest match in the Owen Hart's women's, which was on par with one of the shortest men's matches.
Yeah,
there's a huge distortion in willingness to give time.
Yeah, and I think you have to give them time. And here's the thing, I'm not, as the kids would say, woke, but I don't know if I'm wrong at saying this. You have to give them time and give them their own creative. It doesn't have to be a female, just someone separate than Tony. Make sure your matches don't line up, Give them time or kind of cut it. Because, like, the time that they're giving them is kind of fucking worthless.
That's
like,
how I feel
how
about
many
it.
times...
Either give them a real shot or just admit you don't want them.
Yeah, because, like, a 4-on-4 women's match, that's not growing anyone. Having a 1-on-1 but having 6 women ringside, that's not helping anyone. And I think that's the thing. You need valuable time. Because a lot of people are down to the second. You're like, okay, got it. But it's valuable time. So like if you're a female in the back and you're like, all right, it's a tag team match, but you're going out with 2 other women to be on their side. That's not valuable time. You're just lost in the shuffle. It's not valuable time. So I don't know. It's like, to steal the phrase from my grandfather, who's not a dead raccoon, shit or get off the pot. That's it. Do it or don't do it. But half-assing it for so long is an insult to everybody.
Yeah. Not only that, but come on. How are you even going to joke that you're trying to court Mercedes Moné right now with how you're booking your women's division? Well, what, are you trying to convince her that if she comes in, it's going to be massively different? Come on.
No, I have a strong feeling. I know they're making whoever comes in next is the powerful woman. So if Monet comes in, she takes the Britt Baker spot. And then if there's a powerful woman, let's just say Charlotte Flair leaves, then Charlotte Flair takes that spot. They're always going to have one woman they push to the moon and call it a division. So I think when they go to Monet and say, come to AEW, he's not selling the women's division. He's selling her. He'll be like, you're the face of the women's division.
That's not a sell to her. If the women's division means nothing, how's that a sell to the woman that left WWE because of how they were treating the women's tag division?
You would, for this to work, you would have to hope that she's greedy. Like if you're AEW, you're gonna have to hope she's greedy. You're
basically just hoping she's greedy and will buy into fucking your division being nothing because she'll be the star of it.
Or they might give her like a CM Punk treatment, which that worked out so great. You're welcome to the team. It's your team now. You're in charge of the women creatively, and that worked out great. That did not blow up in our face at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no faith that the women's division will improve with AEW.
I just think, like, if you're not generally pushing people, I don't know. I think AEW and WWE both have to get out of, they're on the roster because I don't want someone else to have them. I think those days have to come to an end. I think, and the problem is, to do that, you're booed upon because that means people are going to be unemployed. And it's like, well, look at their tweets. They probably would rather be unemployed. So
Some of them definitely don't want to be with you.
yeah. So get rid of them. That's it. I don't know. It's a funny situation. Tony Khan. I don't know, because let's play positive Petey here for a second. Monet has a lot of pride in what she does. From what we know, we could be wrong, but I have a feeling she has a lot of pride in what she wants to do. She has a lot of pride in women, and she wants women's wrestling to grow and be amazing. From all interviews, that seems to be her attitude. And me personally, I don't think it's an act, but I've never personally messaged her. What about her just being in charge of everything, CM Punk style? Do you think that's a good idea, bad idea, or just not
I don't know enough about her booking abilities to know, but I couldn't see her taking that. I don't know. Think about it. She's coming. Where was she treated best in her career? WWE and arguably NXT during the Triple H NXT.
Are you talking about
and
on
now
screen?
Triple H is in charge. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have trouble believing that she doesn't see the amount value. Now, sure, before she got injured, Vince was in charge. It was a different company then. Things have changed.
That is true.
And Tony has not put in nearly the same level of effort. If anything, I'd say his level of effort with the women's division has gone down.
And me personally, I don't think that they I don't think they badmouthed each other as much as CM Punk and WWE did. I don't think I feel like WWE and CM Punk.
No, she mostly kept it to herself. What happened?
And then her friends
and Trinity have
back.
kept it to themselves pretty much the whole time.
Yeah. And then she gets mad at fans. You always see clips of her. She's like, "How do you know?" I was like, "I don't fucking know, man." I don't know. But then again, I guess it depends how you word it. Be like, "Hey," I don't know. I always find it weird that wrestlers blame fans for shit. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. It's weird.
I don't know, man. I think she has a lot of money feuds waiting in WWE. She has interesting feuds everywhere, but I think AEW is the lowest on the list of places I would like to see her go. I would rather see her go to Stardom for more time.
Yeah, Stardom.
Honestly, I'd rather see TNA than AEW.
Stardom's having a real bad end of the year. Stardom is crashing right now, so.
And WWE being on the road to taking Juliet is not helping.
Yeah, and on top of it crashing too, WWE is on fire. We're not pro WWE guys. We're not. You just fucking call it as we see it. You know. Yeah. Hopefully Stardom turns it around, but I think they made the same mistakes New Japan did. Oh, this time, with vaginas. Ghetto's like, we made the same mistakes, but with vaginas this time. Good job, Ghetto. Good job. Give yourself a Barry Horowitz. What's that?
It's different now.
Yeah.